pretty sure we all just got a flash flood warning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm on a hill. I'm fine.
Me too.
No, sorry, Michael.
I actually don't know what that means for me. Because
I think you're far enough
You're
away
fine.
from the
You're at
water.
the top of a hill.
Yeah.
You're at the top of a hill, and you're above.
I'm at the bottom of a hill.
No, dude, the fucking highway.
Matt, there is still a hill above me.
Yeah, there's a hill below you.
Children.
Hey.
Boy.
George has embraced eternity.
Let's do this spoopy shit.
Hey guys, I think after all the spooky shit, maybe we should go to the city.
Spoopy shit, and I march for the mansion.
George kind of looks at Lucas, looks at the mansion. I mean, right now, we're currently being chased by what could very well essentially be the devil. So, I feel like it can't get much spookier. And he marches off toward the mansion as well. George fully believes that as well. It's just like, we're already like at war with Satan at this point. Just fucking roll with it.
Nancy begrudgingly goes in, knowing only more bad things can happen. She knows this.
That's the life of a wanderer.
I just want to find my sister, man. I get
We'll find her.
Spoopy shit.
Alright.
Got it. So, how about them? How about them Cubs?
What?
Cubs?
The sports team.
Is this
Cubs mean from the game?
is that a reference to a particular bit of news, or did you just pick a sports team
Bud
at
Light,
random?
to clarify. So, the Cubs haven't won a single game in like 14 months.
Okay.
And so, Bud Light, a couple months back, did a promotion in, I think it's Oklahoma. Basically, the hometown of the Cubs. And what they did is they put, like, lock and key, like, remote operated, heavy, like, vault safe level security beer fridges all over the city. And they said, the day the Cubs finally win a game, we will unlock all of these cases and give the entire city free beer.
Okay. Did that happen?
It absolutely did.
Good. I think Domino's tried to have a promotion where if you got a tattoo of the Domino's logo, you would get free pizza for life. They had to shut it down within, like, hours. Because, of course, hundreds upon thousands of people did it. They're like, wait, no.
They should have said for just like a week.
Yeah, well, I think Build-A-Bear did something similar where they had, like, pay your age, and they had, like, people come in with, like, all of their, like, 1, 2, or 3-year-olds, and it fucking destroyed them.
I mean, I would imagine that it would.
Hey,
So the problem has been fixed.
hooray, let's roll.
On to spoopy shit.
George violently kicks open the doors.
Oh boy, we're kicking it off with a bang.
You haven't been into the mansion yet.
Breach and clear!
I'm gonna say for the record, Nancy's staying in the back of the group.
Okay.
It's fucking like an FBI gif as George and Lucas fucking, like, George just fucking boot kicks both doors open. Lucas like dive rolls through a shut window.
And then Nancy calmly walks in, looks at both of us, and shakes her head and sighs.
Like 5 minutes after you search the mansion, Vlad C4s the wall open.
No. See, Vlad's got to be the guy at the gate who falls from the ceiling and crushes a potted plant.
Exactly. So, do we have a bit more of a walk then?
Currently, you are approaching like the big hill that the mansion is on. It seems there is a fenced-in area. So there is a big brick wall with a big gated fence to like open and close to come in and out. It actually seems like there are surviving plants inside of the wall. Like there are flowers growing inside. While take a single step out of the mansion radius and it's just nothing but dead trees, dead flora, no real life for the plants.
George kind of looks at this, like, must have very good fertilizer.
Could be bodies.
That's kind of my assumption.
Or, now hear me out. These plants are spooky. Like they got some weird sciencey shit.
I like that we just embrace
that fucking shrubbery in the corner. Will fucking come alive and try and gnaw your leg off.
Neat. So, alright. So are they at the gate?
You are currently on the other side of the gate, yes.
George is gonna go to open it.
Alright. As you walk over to the gate and you give it a tug, it seems locked.
Alright. George is going to roll to kick the fucker down.
I have lockpicks.
It's like
I don't care.
It's like a 9-foot gate.
Alright, never mind. George is gonna scale it then.
John, while he's scaling it, I'm gonna go to pick the lock.
Yes.
George rolled an 18 to scale it. Does he have? Would this be agility? I assume.
Yeah, that would be agility.
Let me see. Does he have a bonus to agility? I think he might.
I don't think he does.
Lucas,
are you wearing metal armor? Are you wearing metal armor, by the way, Michael?
He has a +2. Yeah, but I think I've already subtracted it.
No,
I
you haven't.
haven't.
No,
But he
you
has a
have
+1. So he has a 19 to scale it. I'm sure that's fine.
Okay. Lucas,
Yes,
agility.
you got it.
Oh boy.
16 with the lockpick.
Okay. George,
Mm-hmm.
as you are halfway up the gate, you hear from below you, and the gate starts swinging open with you still on it.
I kind of meant he was scaling the wall, not specifically the gate.
I assumed the gate.
I assume the gate.
Gate as well.
Is it too late to say that he wouldn't have scaled it?
to apologize?
Especially if he knew that Lucas was taking.
Then as you are scaling the brick wall,
The gate's brick wall.
as you get to the top of it, the gate does swing open. Lucas, 1 XP.
Cool.
I'm gonna say George hops down from the wall and kind of walks. I'm assuming there's a path.
There is a path.
Yeah, he's gonna walk over to the gate and the path.
Okay. And everyone else is walking into the gate?
Yep, I'm walking through the
Just-
gate.
Straight into the middle bars. Yep.
Okay. Vlad,
Nancy!
along.
1 blood damage.
Oh, God.
So, Nancy, are you gonna go look at the flowers?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at these flowers.
George, as soon as your feet hit the ground and as soon as everyone else walks inside the gate, when you take a look around, the garden area that was previously lush with flowers is all dead.
George is gonna look at that. He's gonna nod to himself. He's gonna walk back over to the gate, walk through it, and then turn around.
Okay.
I'm doing exactly the same thing.
What does George say?
Like basically in unison.
What does George say?
When you walk through the gate and when you turn around to look through the gate again, everything is still dead. It looks as if it has all been dead for quite a while.
Good. We broke the seal. All right. Well,
Everything is dead. We're dead.
Sure. George kind of looks up at the mansion. Has anything visibly changed about the mansion?
It looks a lot older, but it is still, comparatively to like everything else around it, it is still in good condition.
George kind of nods at this. All right. So we've disturbed some kind of time bubble.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Do you think it's the Babel Snook? And Nancy
well,
legitimately calls it that.
I don't think it's the Bibble Scrack.
I can't say for certain, but I'm going to have to agree with Lucas here, because the book mentioned nothing about a house. Granted, the likelihood of us finding two supernatural entities in a matter of... And he looks down at his wrist as if he has a watch, and then comments, exactly... John, how much time exactly? Seeing as we've been over this, George has a perfect clock.
About 2 hours.
Can I add a random, 5 minutes and 30 seconds?
2 hours, 15 minutes, 10 seconds.
Yep.
10 seconds, 11 seconds, 12 seconds.
Just for shits and giggles, George is gonna shove Lucas back through the gates. And then he's going.
Myself.
And then he's going to close the gate from the other side. So he's walked through the gate back to the outside, and he closes it on himself.
Okay.
Does it change?
As you push Lucas through the gate, you close the gate and you hear it latch itself. Nothing has changed.
Alright, fair enough. George goes back through.
The gate is locked.
George scales the gate.
For the
Does he-
wizard,
John, can I just reach my hands around to the other side of the gate and pick the damn lock? Are you gonna make me roll
Can't
to
he
take the
just
lock? I'm already.
Can't he just unlock it from the other side?
Is that an option, John, in this scenario?
It is, yes. When the gate
Okay,
closed,
then that's
the
what I
bar to the lock just fell down on top of it.
Lucas, let me in.
I lift the bar and let him in.
Okay.
Alright, so I've confirmed that whatever we did, it is apparently permanent.
yay! I mean, at least we're not looking at fake flowers anymore.
I'm not sure that we're fake.
So you think we killed everything?
Not exactly. I think we disturbed something. There was some kind of air hanging around this place, and us waltzing in fucked it up.
Yay! We've disturbed 2 supernatural thingies.
Yay.
Nancy kind of gives a defeated thumbs up.
Time to go blow up the haunted mansion. And George starts walking up the hill.
Nancy's behind him begrudgingly.
Lucas following?
Liar.
Give me a moment.
Okay. Lucas begins T-posing.
That looks
Wait for the
horrifying.
flowers to grow.
I thought Vlad wasn't here.
No, he's there.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, I forgot the Vlad was here. Not that he said anything this entire time.
He's been following.
Okay. I'm gonna say George does look at Vlad. Does Vlad look scared?
No, he looks very scared.
Okay. I'm gonna say George kind of pats him on the head. Like, don't worry, kid. It'll be fine.
I don't know why you're telling me this. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
George looks him dead in the eyes. Vlad, you're a terrible liar.
Leave him be, George. Leave him be.
I'm just trying to tell him there's no shame in being afraid.
I'm not afraid. You're afraid.
George again kind of looks at Vlad. Do I look afraid?
Vlad kind of stops looking afraid for a minute and looks at you very questioningly. Well, I can't really tell what emotion you're feeling right now.
George's face does display emotion.
I'm aware.
Okay. Whatever. Let's just head on up.
As you continue walking the gravel path, you get a better look at the mansion, and it is a three-story high mansion, and it goes about like 10 windows from left to right, like on the ground floor.
So we're talking probably at least, let's see, so we know there are at least 30 rooms. However, can't really gather the width of the building. Say George is kind of like standing back and like very clearly trying to examine the building. So, working off that assumption, I'm going to guess it's at least 5 rooms to the back. There are a lot of rooms in there. Although it's probably at least a ballroom, judging by the style of the building. Probably a large foyer. Can we see into the windows of the front at all?
Most of the windows on the front have their curtains drawn. There are a few of them that don't have the curtains drawn, but you can't really see inside of them. It looks very dusty.
Mm.
But when you look towards the front door, you see a very portly-looking man sitting in a rocking chair, seemingly asleep.
George kind of looks at that. He kind of tilts his head. Can George gather anything else about the man's appearance from here? Anything anomalous?
Roll perception.
All right. That is a 15.
15.
Does he have a bonus? No, he does not.
From this distance, what you can see about the man is he is a very big fella. He's wearing, essentially suspenders. He looks like your stereotypical farmer, but, fat. And he has a very big, bushy mustache and is wearing one of those straw hats.
I'm gonna say George kind of saunters over.
Okay. Is anyone else following?
Yeah, I'm with them.
I'm with them as well.
Vlad's following as well.
Right. Does the man respond as George approaches? Because George isn't necessarily being quiet.
As you approach, he does stir, and he takes a moment. He gives a very big, long stretch, looks over at you, the 4 of you that have just walked up, and a very big smile comes across his face.
Oh no!
We have visitors today!
Indeed you do. Nice to meet you. George kind of steps forward and holds out his hand. George Sampson.
Well, that is a very polite greeting. He spits in his hand and grabs your hand. Arnold!
Nice to meet you, Arnold. We just saw the place and figured we'd pop in. It's kind of expecting it to be abandoned.
Oh, well, this place isn't that abandoned. Me and my wife live here. We're trying to keep this place running, but, well, as you know, food is a little scarce.
Anything we could do to help you out?
Oh, well, I couldn't impose. You're our guests here.
Well, we are on business, so seeing as the place isn't abandoned, well, looting it would just be downright evil. So, not much reason to stick around if you don't need any help.
Oh, well, you could stick around. We would love to have you for dinner today.
George chuckles. Well, fair enough. And he kind of looks at, his companions that are capable of eating.
Nancy is not sure how to feel.
Drew's gonna walk over to Nancy. He's like, actually, come to think of it, I need to talk to you for a minute.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
And he
okay.
kind of looks back at Lucas and Vlad, kind of finger guns at Lucas. You'll figure out what we're up to with our friend here, Arnold. I'm just going to talk to Nancy for a moment about our old friend in the top hat. Some thoughts.
Sure.
George takes Nancy by the arm and walks her a little ways away from the house.
Nancy, just move it.
Who we following, John?
Let's go with Lucas and Vlad.
Sure. So, Lucas steps up after kind of watching Vlad and Nancy walk off.
George and Nancy.
Oh, George and Nancy, sorry. So, how long have you had this? Also, I feel like I should introduce myself as well. My name is Lucas. How many of me have you seen, by chance? People like me.
Oh, well, we've seen plenty of ghouls here and there. We have a lot of people stopping by every now and then. Seems like a mansion is a place to be.
Well, considering it's in better repair than most other buildings in the vicinity, I can't imagine that it wouldn't attract people every now and again.
Yes, I imagine that looters and raiders would come, which unfortunately they have. And he looks a little downcast. And it looks as if he immediately perks back up. We have persevered. This house has been it's been part of the family for generations. I can't exactly abandon it.
Remember? Well, that's interesting. How many generations back has this house been in your family? Like how many decades we talking?
Well, I know what my grandfather used to say about his father. He told me that his father used to be, well, if you can believe this, he used to be part of the life before the bombs fell.
Interesting. So well over 200 years then.
Oh yes, this has been, I don't know how many generations. 5, 6?
Fair enough. You said that you and your wife live here and that food is sparse. How have you been maintaining a food supply lately?
Oh, we've had to adapt to our lifestyle, even though we don't have the money we used to. We still make do. We have caps. We have plenty of caps. So we usually just purchase the abilities and capabilities of mercenaries here and there.
Ah, fairly interesting, I guess. Well, I guess we're going to be staying here for a little while. If you have any questions, I guess I feel free to answer some of them. Vlad, what about you? You got any questions?
Vlad looks tentatively up at the mansion and then at how open the area is. So, is it safe around here? And the man looks almost happy that he asked that. Why, yes, my boy. It's safe. Besides, I've been known to scuffle here and there when I need to.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't have any additional questions at the moment.
All right. Over to George and Nancy.
Are they a sizable distance away from the house?
If you want to be, yes.
Fair enough to not be hurt. Or far enough, yeah.
Don't
George
you know
kinda
you're
looks-
always listening? Sorry.
George kind of looks at her, smile quite widely. He's like, sound like cannibals.
What?
Trust me.
Why are we staying here? Can we leave? Can we go? Why are we talking to them? Can we go?
They're going to insist that you stay.
Why can't we just go? The gate's right there. George.
We can certainly try.
George, you're not human. I understand you're not in as much danger as me right now. But I want to go. I have a sister, man.
We're going to go back up there and we're going to try and convince them to leave. I have a feeling it's not going to go that way.
Wait, convince who to leave? Them? Leave the house?
Lucas, Vlad.
Oh.
Let me offer you some little snippets of information you may have forgotten. This place, clearly supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
So how much do you want to bet that when we say, no, we really must be going, something will go wrong?
Oh,
Whether it's a torrential downpour or a tornado.
I'm cool with the weather. I just don't want to get eaten.
I'm just telling you now, because I have a feeling Lucas is smart enough to pick up on this himself. There was some not so subtle hints.
I just want to go, man.
Also, there's the fact that we got a real chubby customer over there. No crops. No crops at all. All the plants are dead.
So how do you... Thinking.
Look, we're going to go back to that door. We're going to try and leave. And if we can't leave, then you are going to need to be on the highest of guard.
I'm already on the highest of guard.
Good. Now, we're going to walk back, all smiles and sunshine.
Nancy looks like she's gonna cry.
Smiles and sunshine.
I'm really not feeling happy right now.
He looks at her. I know what we're going to do. You keep crying.
Why?
We're going to use your sister as leverage to escape this.
What's our story?
Your sister is missing. We are trying to find her. So that's why you're scared and sad.
And that's why we want to leave, right?
And he grabs Nancy by the arm again and marches her back up the hill.
Okay. She's like starting to really bring on the tears.
Okay. So you're walking back over to the man?
Yep.
Alright. As you approach, Lucas, you see Nancy and George walking up to you. Nancy on the verge of tears.
So, come up.
She's really worried about her sister.
I can't wait anymore.
The man looks over to Nancy.
Yeah.
Oh, my dear girl, what's wrong?
Well, her sister's been kidnapped, and we're actually trying to find her. She's had to wait quite a while for this hunt, and... Well, we better get moving. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah. I'm
He
sorry
simply-
to visit so short. I just so worried what if something happens to her. And it was my fault.
George kind of hugs Nancy. Don't worry. We'll head out right now. He kind of looks toward Lucas and Vlad. You two schmucks ready?
I think we are. And I can nudge Vlad's arm.
Vlad looks over.
We need to get
Nancy.
going, buddy.
Wait, so we are going to the military base?
Yes. We wasted enough time. And he kind of looks toward Arnold. Again, my apologies, sir, but we've had a lot go wrong. I don't know if you could see, but we got attacked by geckos just crossing the river.
Well, if you must go, you must go. I don't mind.
Best of luck to you and your wife.
Alright. Have a good day, sir. Come on, Vlad.
As
All
you
right.
And I start walking and like hovering very close to my holster.
Okay.
Why? We were doing so well.
Like it's like just floating next to it. I'm not like fucking quick draw about to like gunslinger the shit. No,
Dude,
I'm at the ready if something goes down.
it's still obvious. We're heading down the hill.
Alright. So, as you head down the hill, you reach the gate again. What would you like to do?
We're gonna open it, walk out. Or that's what we're gonna try and do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nancy is very much looking everywhere. Still crying. Looking
Damn it, stop acting shifty!
As you open the gate and you walk out, you see three men wearing leather armor walking up the hill towards the gate, all carrying big sacks.
Howdy.
How's it going?
They all have their heads down, but when they hear you speak, they look up and look genuinely surprised to see you there. Oh! Did the old man hire new people?
Oh, good lord. George is gonna roll perception.
Okay.
He's specifically looking at the bags. That is a natural 20.
Okay. From the indents of the bag itself, it looks to be filled to the brim with cans.
Okay.
You were
No.
asleep.
Yep, we're just heading out.
Well, why are you coming from inside of the gate?
Well, we stopped over because we saw a giant mansion and expected it to be abandoned. We got up there, Arnold was hanging out on the porch. We had a chit-chat with him and decided we'd best head off.
they start moving their hands to their guns.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He wasn't asleep.
He was asleep, but when we stepped onto the porch, he responded.
They both, all three of them look over you very seriously. If we go up there, is he dead?
No, do you not see
No.
him from... And then George pauses. He wasn't dead when we left. And George turns around and looks. Can he see anything from where he is at that porch?
You can see a vague outline.
George is gonna roll perception. That is a 14.
Alright. From where you are, you can only see the shape of a very large figure sitting in a chair. Presumably Arnold.
Is the chair moving?
You can't tell from this distance.
No,
George
look,
looks
we
at-
didn't bring any harm to the old man.
Well, we're gonna trust you. We're gonna go up there and get our caps. So long as we can do that, and there's no problems, we don't have problems.
George sighs. Alright, you know what?
Go get your fucking money.
We'll
And I
go
step
back
aside
up.
and hold the gate open.
Okay.
We're gonna go back up with you.
They look at you very suspiciously.
Look, if we killed him and we didn't want you to know, we'd be running away right now. But I'm sensing something fishy, so I want to go back up with you. We
They
won't
look at
have
you
our...
curiously.
We don't want your fucking money. You can have your damn money if he gives it to you.
We're just gonna walk up with you, so that if he is dead, by some bizarre circumstance, you'll know it probably wasn't us, because why the fuck would we have gone back up with you so that you could shoot us when you found him?
What do you mean by fishy?
When we walked up to the gate, the entire property was covered in plants. The moment we opened the gate, no plants. Everything was dead.
They look through the gate. Everything's been dead. They look back at you. It's been dead since we got here.
Well, when we walked up, we saw something different. It's been a long day, gentlemen. We've seen some weird shit. So honestly, I take nothing for granted anymore. Let's just go up the hill so you can get your money.
They eye you very curiously. We don't want to be traveling with someone as crazy as you.
Then fine, we'll leave. And George turns around. We're going.
Gate's still open, boys. Get going. Don't get your fucking caps.
And is the party leaving?
Yes.
Alright. They watch you very suspiciously as you walk away. And after a while, they turn around and start walking up the hill.
Once they started walking, so let's see, how far can we get before they seem to get to the porch? Because George is going to be actively looking back periodically.
Right
As
from
am
the
I.
gate. From the gate, you're having a very hard time seeing the porch.
Can he at least see the men at all?
You can see the basic outlines of them, yes.
He's watching them for any notable responses that do not seem normal.
Okay.
He's also kind of watching to see if they turn around and seem to draw weapons.
From where you are, anyone who wants to roll perception.
Alright,
I'm rolling.
I'm rolling.
17 plus nothing.
Okay.
4.
I got a 17 flat as well.
All right. Vlad got a 9.
So George and Vlad don't see much.
Lucas and Nancy.
Mhm.
You see the men with their sacks walk, and all three of them have a sack, by the way. They walk all the way up the hill. They stop off at the man. They seem like they turn around and point toward you, or point toward the group. And the man, or Arnold, seems to just wave his hand and seems to be laughing. Then he holds out his hand to each one of them, and they all seem pretty happy as they give him the bags. And some of the contents of the bags fall out, and they are just big cans. Whether they're cans of food or something else, you can't tell. Then Arnold makes a gesture towards the door, and all four of them file into the mansion.
George stops. Well, actually, George can't see this, but George has actively stopped and is watching anyway.
Okay.
Nancy turns to George. By cannibals, you didn't mean actual cans, did you?
Oh my god, the idiots.
I'm kidding.
No, not you. Those men.
They walked in.
I
Are
know.
we gonna put our necks on the line for a bunch of randoms?
It would be
Fuck it, we've
contrary.
done it. We've done it before, and all right. Well, before we head on up there, are we going in this? Are we doing this shit guns blazing?
George kind of just pauses. Let's survey what we know. We know he's mentioned hiring mercenaries periodically. We know he's very well off, both financially and food-wise.
That could just have to do with the fact that his financial success could be from the several mercenaries he's hired and then possibly killed.
George pauses. You know, it might surprise you to know this, but I've seen a scenario with cannibals and cans before.
That's a very specific situation.
Kill them, can them, send the next group out to find them.
More or less. Now, what better way to preserve meat? And who's going to question canned meat?
Nancy
All right.
follows.
John, how wide is this fence, by the way? Like,
It's about 8 foot high, about 8 foot wide. But the top of it is like a circular arc.
I'm not talking about the gate. I mean, like, if I was to try and roll stealth to skirt around to the side of the fence, how far would it be?
Oh,
Like,
you
is
mean
it
the
a
brick walls?
possibility? Yes.
Oh. They're a pretty sizable distance. Like,
Okay.
from where you're standing to get to one half of the wall to make the turn, it would be about a full minute and a half walk.
All right. I'm gonna look to George. George, do you want me to sneak? Do you want me to sidle along the side of this wall until I get out of sight from the front end of the house, and then scale it?
But we have nothing to lose. Go
The
for it.
fence is unlocked.
Go for it.
I've got my radio. I'll signal, and you guys can just sprint for the gate.
Well, George kind of surveys the party. that hill on pleasant terms. What's our excuse?
Vlad looks over to George. I mean, I could say I was hungry.
He looks at him. That's actually not a bad idea. Bucket, Luke.
Yep.
Actually, George kind of looks at Lucas. Question. Would you rather stealth now, or would you rather be a sneaky son of a bitch when we're inside? I feel like you're more likely to find evidence inside.
I can probably find a way inside once I'm behind the wall.
I'll leave it to your judgment.
But one thing to bear in mind is, granted, he has seen me with you now, but if you walk up without me, he could A, think that I'm skirting around the outskirts, or you could tell him that I'm going back to our camp to get ready to pick up and go.
That is exactly what I'm going to tell him. I also have a feeling he won't believe me. But I also have a feeling he's not going to care at the prospect of food. So let's go.
Alright, let me...
What should I do?
You are coming up with us.
You're gonna be the dinner guest along with George, Vlad, and these 4 unfortunate gentlemen.
3.
You said 4 just a second ago, or did you say 4 as in like?
No, the 4 of them as in the 3 mercenaries and Arnold.
Okay, fair enough.
I can be very stealthy. Can I just be stealthy, please?
So that's going to be 2 people who... fine, whatever.
Well, it makes more sense. I'm the one who wanted to leave. Because to say that I went with Lucas back to the camp.
That's fine. Go with Lucas. Me and Vlad will go up. Vlad, you better look hungry as fuck.
Vlad
haven't eaten in 3 days.
All right. George is going to He's going to grab Vlad by the arm and it's idiot child. March him up the hill.
Alright. I'm gonna be leading Nancy along to the right side of the wall.
Okay. I'll follow.
Let us know when you want stealth checks, John.
Well, right now, like right off the bat, you don't need stealth checks because it is a solid, 6-foot high brick wall.
Alright.
Okay. So once we go to actually climb over is when we need to be careful.
Yeah.
As George and Vlad approach the porch, I'm gonna say George waves his arm and gives a howdy. He's like, "Howdy, friend."
No, Arnold went inside.
Oh, Arnold went inside.
He's not out there.
Never mind. George is gonna knock on the door calmly.
Okay. After a good minute or so has passed, Arnold does open up the door and looks very shocked to see you. Oh, you came back.
Yeah, and George kind of leers at Vlad. Somebody decided not to mention how fucking starving he was until we got back to the bottom of the hill.
Vlad looks a little sheepish. I mean, he said food and there was dinner, so...
So we were wondering if he could at least get something to nibble. I'd be more than happy to pay.
Arnold starts waving his hands. No. Please, we have plenty of food. We just had a big shipment come in. Those 3 lovely gentlemen, they said they saw you. They came in with food and, well, we're currently having a feast.
Thank you. My 2 friends have gone to pack up the caravan, but they might head up the hill at some point. It depends on if they're hungry.
Well, should they return, I would be happy to welcome.
All right. And he kind of drags Vlad inside. Where are we going, Arnold, my friend?
Arnold turns around, and from the inside, the mansion is massive and very ornate. It is very run down. A lot of things seem to be at a quick glance, it looks pretty. But on closer inspection, some things are broken. One of the tables that is by the entrance is stacked on top of each other. Like, it's stacked on its legs. And
the Baker House before the events of Resi 7.
Yeah, Baker House isn't that big to me. Like, it's a big house, but it's not a...
Well, I mean more aesthetically. Yes, it is.
Mm-mm.
Either way. But yeah, like, aesthetically, just, it's kind of ramshackled a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
And you see, from directly going inside to the right, there seems to be a big area. It's one of the rooms that had the curtains drawn. It is a big area full of just sacks upon sacks of canned food.
Good.
And to the left, another room with the curtain drawn is a fairly large pile of big wooden kegs.
Good.
And Arnold proceeds to keep walking down the hall. There is a stairway leading upstairs. And he walks past the kitchen. There's not much of note in the kitchen other than there are some cans, some opened. There's a big bag full of seemingly empty cans. There is a door that has a big padlock on it, presumably leading to a basement of some kind. And as
you said,
what?
I was gonna say George takes the quickest, like, he doesn't even look in its direction. He gives it a sideways glance and then immediately looks away.
Okay. As he continues on, he reaches the end of the hall, and there are two more rooms to his left and right. The one to the right, the door is closed. No discernible lock, but closed. And to the left, it's a big dining room with the three men that you just saw sitting down, all talking amongst themselves.
But George kind of looks at the room, then Arnold. Shall my friend here head in and get some grub?
He looks over to George. By all means, please. There's plenty of food to go around.
George kind of waltzes in with Vlad and then kind of turns to Arnold. You gonna be eating with us?
He looks to George. Oh, no. This feast isn't for me. Please. Those three, and he points to the three mercenaries, are the ones who have done all the hard work. They get their caps, they eat here, they skedaddle. You're more of a welcomed guest. So, once again, by all means, eat, leave at your leisure. I'll be around.
Alright. George kind of nods and walks Vlad in.
Okay.
Alright. Thank you kindly, friend.
Don't mention it. And he walks down the hallway.
He kind of walks Vlad over. Alright, so first and foremost, and he's whispering this literally like right into the back of Vlad's head. I wouldn't touch the food. However, I am going to ask you to smell it.
Vlad looks down at the canned food, and the three men that are sitting there are all eyes on you, looking very suspicious at you.
George, have they clearly been eaten?
They do have open cans in front of them, yeah.
George is gonna sit down with Vlad. But he's kind of gonna try and sort of get a figure on how the three men are doing. Specifically, are any of them shaking?
Okay.
Rolled a 17 for perception. So he's not doing this all at once. He's just kind of trying to passively watch them.
Yeah.
To see if any of them are twitching. Or like shaking in any capacity as they eat.
Okay. None of them, as of right now, none of them are shaking or anything. They're just eating what's in the cans. One of them has his eye on you, looking very unhappy that you're even here. One of them is still stuffing his face with the contents of a can. He has the whole can to his mouth, so you can't really see inside of it. And the other seems to be leaning back in his chair and rubbing his stomach.
Alright. George does kind of... George is just kind of sitting. He doesn't really know exactly what he's doing at this juncture.
Okay.
He's just kind of here.
Alright. As you sit down, the man who was eyeing you stands up and pulls his gun on you and just points it right at you. Now, you're going to tell me what you're doing here after you had just left and after you told Arnold here that you needed to go.
Specifically, I told Arnold that two of our friends, well, one of our friends needed to go. Her and our other companion are getting the carriage ready. Vlad here was hungry.
And you think I'm going to buy that?
I don't really care if you buy it. Are you really going to shoot me in someone else's home? That doesn't seem very polite.
Arnold is our employer. He has fed us, and he has given us good money.
Mm-hmm. How many times has he fed you?
How many times has he fed us?
Yeah.
About
How
10
long
or so
you been-
times.
At 10 or so. Alright. You getting sick at all?
No.
Shakes?
What are you getting at? What are you doing here?
I am sitting. You are pointing a gun at me.
I will ask you one more time. What are you doing here? Why all the questions? What are you hoping to accomplish here?
George, vaguely mimicking his voice as best as he can. Why all the questions? Again, you're the one with the gun pointed at me. I'm sitting in a chair, friend.
He points his gun over to your arm and fires.
Alright.
That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
You take 17 points of damage.
Alright.
And as the gunshot fires out, he starts raising his voice. What are you doing here?
George looks across the table at him. Did you really just shoot me thinking I would care? Do you not fucking know what a synth is?
I don't care what you are. I
Then
care
what-
that you're a danger to my employer.
Says the man who fired the gun and George, again, is not standing. He just looks at him. So let me get this straight. How happy would your employer be if you shot his guest, who is currently not doing a damn thing?
If I told him that you were a danger, he would trust me.
What do you now?
Yeah, he would.
George looks at the man's friends. Is your friend always this unstable?
The man eating, still eating, by the way. He's on his third can. Through stuffing his face, you hear, mm-hmm. And the man rubbing his stomach looks over at you. Yeah, he's kind of like that.
George looks at the man again. Wow, your friends really have glowing opinions of your capability to control your anger.
He sighs to himself. Fine. And he points his gun at Vlad. And Vlad looks very scared.
Now, son, I want you to know, if you shoot that boy, you are going to have a very fun evening.
Yes. Yes, I will. Or, you can answer a simple question, and none of this has to happen. And this kid's blood doesn't have to be on your hands because you wouldn't talk.
Then give me a specific question and I will answer it.
Why are you asking about the food?
Because I think it might be human meat.
He drops his gun and looks at you. As if, he drops his gun and looks at you as if you're crazy. What?
I've seen situations like this before, and 9 times out of 10, it's cannibalism. I came in here to make sure you 3 knuckleheads didn't die. And if he's been feasting you at least 10 times, and all you're doing is bringing him, let me guess, empty cans? The same cans you're eating out of right now, I'm guessing.
Oh, for the love of... He reaches over and grabs a can, slams it down in front of you, and he opens it up. Inside, it's a can of dog food.
Then I'm wrong. Fine.
We go out there every day just to survive. We go house to house. We go to that city. We go further than that city. We scavenge for whatever cans of food we can. We come back here. We get paid. We give him the cans of food. He can stay here, holed up with his mountain of cats. He treats us well. Yet to eat us.
George looks the man dead in the eyes. Are you really going to try and tell me I didn't have any reason to be suspicious at all, having just walked up this hill minutes ago? And you shot me for worrying about your safety. Whether I'm right or wrong, I haven't done a damn thing. I came up here to see if I was right. I haven't pointed a gun. I haven't threatened. For looking out for your life, you shot me in the arm.
For looking out for our lives. That's what you justify this as.
Which one of us pulled a gun on an unarmed stranger? I didn't do a damn thing to you. I sat in a chair.
You sat in a chair of a man's house that you thought was a cannibal, which you met him, as you claim, 2 minutes ago. And your first impression is, he's a cannibal.
Do you know how long I've been alive? I've seen really fucked up things. So you're gonna have to acknowledge I have the right to be pessimistic. I also didn't come in here guns blazing because I thought I was right. I came in here to find out. I've been proven wrong. And again, what have I done? Other than tried to confirm no one was threatened except me. No one was attacked except me.
You're a real piece of work, aren't you?
You shot me, you moron!
Yes, and the world seems to revolve around you. Whatever you've seen, whatever you've done, I don't care. If that gives you the right to just assume someone's bad and go out of your way to investigate them,
You having a hard time coming up the rest of that sentence?
you have what you want. Now, if you would kindly go. And he sits back down and pulls over one of his cans.
George ain't moving.
All right.
George leans back in his chair.
Vlad leans over to George and in a very hushed whisper, "So can I eat the cans now?"
Eat the food.
Okie dokie. And he very cautiously and slowly pulls over one of the cans. He opens it up, and it is a very rotten can of peaches.
George kind of glances over. Whether or not you eat that particular can is entirely up to you. He kind of goes back to leaning back.
Well, I've tasted worse. And he pulls up a very sticky and black and gooey peach and puts it in his mouth. Let's swap over to Lucas and Nancy.
Squad stealth.
So, you're just walking around the right side of the brick wall.
I guess that's, Nancy's just kind of following whatever, Lucas suggests, as he's the more experienced dude.
Okay.
He's the stealth master. I don't know where Lucas is, though. Meaning Matt.
Oh, is he gone?
I don't know. He hasn't been responding since we started talking. That was a very intense scene, though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, gentlemen. I clap.
I don't think George would exactly clap.
George is...
Livid.
Yeah. He's pretty not happy right now.
Mm.
I mean, I could say one of the mercenaries isn't happy.
Still can't believe Vlad ate that. Oh, God. So gross. So nasty. I don't like peaches to begin with, but now I really don't like peaches.
Peaches are great.
I don't like peaches.
Rotten 200-year-old peaches.
Peaches are great.
Man, my blood is boiling right now. I am legitimately enraged. Oh, George!
How dare you disrespect your elders?
George! I don't even think I really need to clarify that if anyone else in any other situation just up and shot George, they would be dead by now. George is containing himself really hard.
Cut?
I'm alive. The peaches got me.
Alright.
Oh.
Alright.
Stealth squad.
Sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but yes, okay. Let's begin. You two are stealth.
Well, hang on.
Okay. Have I already rolled my stealth or no?
Again, you're outside of the wall. You don't need to.
Alright.
So
I don't know how far we got. Well, we're gonna fucking go around the side of the wall, go up towards, go up, I'd say about halfway, or at least halfway past the mansion, and we're gonna scale it.
Are we both going on the same side, or are we going on opposite sides?
We're going on the same side.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright. Sounds good to me.
So you're both going to try to climb over the brick wall?
Like stealth motherfuckers.
Alright, stealth roll both of you.
Let me see what that.
Natural 20.
15 plus 3 is 18.
Alright. Both of you are able to climb up the brick wall fairly easily, and without any real noise, you're able to jump down onto the other side. There's a little crunch with the dried and dead grass under your feet, but aside from that, there's no real noise.
Sounds good.
I guess Nancy's looking so
I'm just
for guidance.
I'm unholstering my gun, my silenced.
Okay.
Nancy's gonna do the same with her laser pistol, just kind of mimicking what Lucas does.
Nancy, if you have something that's silent, that'll be so much better right now, just in case.
She takes out her machete.
So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna work my way over to the side of the mansion. Trying to stay low so my head doesn't poke above the window frame, so my head is out of view. And I'm just gonna kind of sidle along the wall until I see like some form of movement behind one of the windows.
I'm gonna say Nancy does the same, paying a close attention to what Lucas is doing specifically, almost like a child learning what to do. Just learning from the master, I suppose.
All right.
I mean, technically, I think, Nancy, you should, by all accounts, be stealthier than him, because I don't think he has ninja.
That's true, but he's the, in her eyes...
Yes, I have ninja.
Oh. Didn't think you did.
Get shit on.
I think we're equally stealthy, if anything.
So until +6, I believe, for both of us.
Yep.
But regardless, so yeah, I'm going along the wall. John, do you want a perception check?
It depends on if you want to look inside the windows.
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just. I'm just. I'm gonna corner my big.
What is happening?
He's cutting out.
I knew that much, but...
No, it's just he keeps cutting out mid, like, what he's doing. I'm gonna...
No, this time I'm gonna...
Oh, my God. Lucas fires up. Oh, my God. Man, it is coming the fuck down out there.
It is.
Maybe, just maybe, I'll be fucking dead tonight. I mean that as in, I won't have any business. I should clarify.
I was about to say, Michael, what are you planning to do to yourself?
I'm just gonna make something clear.
Mm-hmm.
If and when we prove that George is correct, because I'm pretty damn sure George is correct, and if this moron lives, George is gonna punch him as hard as he fucking can.
That's what you get for disrespecting your elders, I guess.
And he is specifically, he's gonna flip a bottle cap to decide if he punches him with his normal arm or his power arm.
Oh my God.
Who's
You
trying
do
to
not.
call somebody?
I don't know. It's like, you do not fucking shoot someone. It's like, yeah. George is just boiling with rage right now. And God forbid these three turn out to be in on it. Because then George is going to tie him to a fucking chair. He's be like, you want to know how to interrogate somebody?
You punch him 3 times in the face and kill him.
Yeah. Oh no. George is going to systematically break as many of his bones as he can without killing him. Your finger bones connected to your wrist bone. Hello.
All right.
Round 3.
For the, I think, 7th time,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fuck off. I'm going to kind of sidle. I'm going to go right up to the edge of the window and do that dumb little side lean with my eye to kind of get just the corner edge of my field of vision to be. Try and keep.
Perception roll.
I got 16.
So where you when you lean into the window, you see a room just filled to the brim with big sacks full of presumably cans.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see anything else, but you do hear some shouting.
Okay. From a nearby room or from this room?
From a nearby room.
Okay. Am I able to discern the direction?
It's going to be further into the house, and it seems like it's on the other side of the house.
Can he recognize George's voice? Actually, George wasn't really yelling. Yeah, George didn't yell. However, there is going to be a gunshot eventually.
Yeah, there's about to be a gunshot. I guess I'm going to kind of look to Nancy. We need to go around to the other side.
Got it.
So you're just going to stick low and walk all the way around?
I'm going to work my way around. I guess... Nancy, are you actually there? Marina?
Yeah.
Okay. Marina, do you want to go around the into the house to get to the other side of the house?
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out a little bit. You want me to go around to the other side of the house?
We are going to the other side of the house. Do you want to go around the front or the back?
Oh, okay. Sorry, you cut out a little bit, so I couldn't understand. I think the back would be more stealthy.
Okay. Alright. Alright.
What do you think?
I think the back is unknown territory, and we don't know what could possibly be back there, but we know the front end is... Well, it's open, but if there's no one on the porch, we can probably skirt by pretty easily.
If there is someone on the porch, however...
That is true. Oh, wait, no, he's not on the porch anymore, right?
Well, you don't really know that. None of us know where he is currently.
Right.
And so...
I would say the back, but that's just my...
The back is unknown. The front is a known danger. Because if anyone happens to see you come along that wall, you're in trouble. Especially since that will directly contradict what George told them. Thus putting George and Vlad in danger also.
Alright, well, in that case... Alright, let's sneak to the back end of the house, but let's get a good look from around the corner before we turn.
Sounds good to me.
Alright?
Alright.
Do you want another stealth check, or are we good to stealth up and then just hit our perception check when we get there?
Stealth up and then perception check.
That's a 14.
Holding 18.
Alright. You do make your way from the side of the house, and you do hear voices getting louder and louder until you're at the very corner of the house, and you can peer around, but you can also tell that the voices are coming from directly across the hall from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, inside across the hall.
Okay.
Just real quick, do you guys hear the rain on my end?
No.
Not really.
Oh.
No.
Let me know if you do.
Yeah.
All right. Let's. I'm gonna roll my perception check to kind of peer around the corner, see if there's anything back there, any people, any animals, or whatever.
Okay.
You rolled a 13.
It's not that good.
I can smell colors.
I mean, you could probably run a program to let you do that.
I'm rolling perception too, right?
If you want, yes.
All right, that's a 16 plus nothing.
All right. As both of you peer around the corner, you look almost immediately down, and you see there's a very big hatch leading to where a cellar or a basement would be, and there is a very big padlock on it.
Okay.
Looking
Like turn lock or like key lock?
like key lock.
Okay.
Like comically huge golden lock with a keyhole.
I say we avoid that for now.
When you
I
do
say we
peer-
unlock it.
When you do peer into the backyard, there are about 4 graves.
Like,
Um,
like properly made graves, or like
Like just mounds of dirt with a little stick and cross on them.
they don't have any
Okay.
names, do they?
From where you're standing, you can't see any.
I mean, technically, that does fit Arnold's story about the generational thing. Granted,
did you say, Michael?
I said that does fit Arnold's backstory there about his family owning this place for generations.
All right, I'm unlocking this lock because if there's another entrance inside, and we need to get out, and maybe they're blocking the exits, we'll have a way out.
So we're not going in, we're just unlocking it.
Huh? Yeah, we're
So
just unlocking it. We're not going in this way.
Okay, thank God. Alright, that's cool.
And I'm rolling for lockpick.
Alright, that's a Julie.
20 total.
20? Alright. As you're fiddling around with the lock and you have the lockpick in hand, figuring it out, as soon as you get it unlocked and you hear a very loud gunshot coming from inside the house.
Nancy visibly jumps, but doesn't scream or anything.
1 XP.
Oh, right, from the lock.
I choose to believe that this is from Nancy stepped on the red road. Nancy, can you please?
No.
Aww.
No, because that's more XP than what a lock gives you.
It was a tiny rat.
It wasn't even a rat roach, it was just a cockroach.
Oh my god.
I'm going to kind of look to Nancy, unhitch the lock, and is it just holding on to handles, or is it attached to a chain or a rope or something? Alright, so I'm just going to unhitch the lock and gently kind of worm it off and place it to the side of the hatch. Or actually, no, I'm going to take the lock, I'm going to huck it over the wall. Get it as far away from here as possible so that they can't just go and get it and relock it, locking us in.
Okay. Why not just pocket the lock?
It's comically big.
You're carrying multiple weapons! Inventory spaces have uniform size!
Nope, George isn't here right now. I'm hucking the lock.
You hear George's voice faintly in the back of your head. You idiot! You just
George
threw
hears
a
his
heavy
voice
metal.
faintly in the back of his
You just threw a heavy
into
metal
what?
object.
A pile of dirt?
still a large metal object.
Into a pile of dirt that's a good 20 yards away
You
from
don't think
a
that's
very
going to make
solidly
any
walled house.
noise?
I mean, it
Have
makes
you
a
thrown
thud.
Have you thrown a lock? It'll make a light thud noise.
Alright.
So you have just heard a gunshot. What would you like to do?
And, I'm going to pick my gun up, and there's no one. Is there a back door?
There appears to be no back door.
All right, I'm gonna try and find a window to peer into whichever room I think that gunshot came from.
From where you are, it sounds like the furthest window from you. So, basically on the other
All
side.
the way to the other corner.
Yeah.
Other corner?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna work my way over there. Still
All right.
Nancy's a following.
Both of you roll stealth.
Natural 19!
total.
How much?
23.
Okay.
All right. So, very low to the ground and still under the windows, you both quickly run to the other side of the mansion. As you peer in, you see George leaning back in his chair in a huff. Vlad and one of the mercenaries eating out of a can, and the other one of them looks very angry, and the other just looks very full. And George has a bullet hole in his shoulder.
I will say, just for clarity, since I'm assuming George is visible, he is just looking at the man very calmly. There is no indication that George is in any way taking part in this altercation.
Okay.
He's just staring the dude down.
I will also say that your corner of the mansion, there is a fairly big, vines of ivy coming down from about the roof.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Well, I kind of back under in very hushed tone. Well, Nancy, George has been shot.
Wow, way to open with all of the available information.
George has been shot.
Nancy, George is dead.
If I was about to say, Nancy's gonna say, I swear to God, if he's dead, I'm going in there, guns blazing. I don't give a shit.
I said he was shot. I didn't say he was dead.
Well, give me details next time.
Those are yeah. All right. So there's you remember those three mercs who were walking past us up the road?
Did they shoot him?
One of them did. The other two looked fairly indifferent to the matter.
Nancy's eyes kind of go off into the distance. I will kill that one. Anyways.
Sure. Sure. You tell yourself that. Anyways, we could.
Now.
Alright.
Get in the fucking hatch.
We're gonna need. Alright. We can either go in directly into their room, or we can go into the room across the hall from them, and then
Snipe them?
enter and. How the fuck are we gonna snipe them through a wall? Like I said to Nancy, we can either go directly into their room, or we can go into the room across the hall
Let's go into the room
and
across
get
the hall.
them and actually. Because how much you want to bet that those windows aren't greased enough for us to open them quietly?
I'd bet a lot.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have to enter through the room across the hall. Got it?
Sounds good.
All right, John, I'm going to check the window for the room across the hall. Is it locked?
All right. Walking all the way back, when you push on the window for that room, it appears to be unlocked, and it's going to take a little bit of force, but you can force it open.
I'm bringing up my trusty K-bar again, going to use it like a makeshift pry bar to get it under the window and lift it up a little more quietly.
Okay.
Do you want me to use an agility check to get this in properly?
I would say... Yeah, agility.
Oh, great. 19 total?
All right. As silently as you can, you're able to pry open the window and slide it up. As right now, it doesn't appear like anyone heard you.
Okay. I'm gonna slide on in.
All right. Nancy, are you following?
I'm sliding.
All right. The room you are currently in right now seems to just be the kitchen area. There is a stove, a fridge, and everything you would normally find in a kitchen. There is a big bag full of empty cans. Aside from that, there's nothing really noteworthy in the room, aside from cabinets.
Right. And this room is directly across from the one that George was in?
Yes.
Okay. Is Nancy in here now with me?
No, I would say so, yes.
Okay. I'm going to kind of look to Nancy, and I'm going to approach the door and kind of put my ear to it to see if I can hear any footsteps in the hallway.
Okay.
Perception check?
Yes.
Natural 19?
As far as you can tell, there's no footsteps to be heard.
Alright. I'm going to open the door, trying to do it as quietly as I can.
Okay.
And look to Nancy and look at the other door. This is gonna need to be real quick.
So what would you like to do?
So yeah, I'm gonna look to Nancy, and I'm going to tell her we either need to defuse the situation real quick, or we need to kill them real quick. Fair.
For the record, John, did Nancy see if George was calm or not?
No, you didn't look in the window.
How did George seem?
What?
Are you asking Lucas then?
Yeah.
Oh, Larkus.
George was sitting in a chair calmly.
After getting shot? So he was calm after getting shot? Maybe he knows something.
Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't interfere just yet. I think we should wait.
Fine, then let's check down the hall.
Sounds good. I'll follow your lead.
Alright. Then I'm gonna stealth down the hallway.
Stealth roll?
Okay. 23.
23? Where exactly are you trying to go?
Well, I'm assuming that this room is at the end of the house, so I'm going to be heading back towards the center.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to pass by the other rooms. You pass by a second kitchen. You pass by the locked door with a padlock on it. Another comically big padlock. You pass by...
Alright, I'm going to stop at that one and try and pick that lock as well.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to roll to pick it with a natural 19 plus 4.
Okay. As you open the lock... are you going in, or are you just getting the lock off?
I'm going to get the lock off, and this one, there's nowhere for me to get rid of it, so I'm going to pocket it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to slowly open up the door and step inside.
Okay. Nancy, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm just
slowly
waiting
opening
for him
doors.
to unlock the door. If you want, I can make a perception check just to keep an eye out for anything around us.
Oh, were you following him?
Yeah.
Okay. Stealth roll for you.
Nat 20.
Okay. And you're going to just make a perception just to keep a lookout?
Yep. I'll make a perception roll for that, right?
Yeah.
All right. That was a 4 plus. I think I have a 3. Give me a second. Nope, I have nothing. So that's a 4.
Okay. As far as you can tell, no one's coming.
All right.
And you're going to step into the basement?
With Lucas, yeah.
So, as you open the door and step in, it does smell very metallic and musky down there. Would you like to continue going down?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you step down the stairs, they do creak a little with each step, but you're quiet enough not to make too much noise. And when you get to the bottom of the stairs and look into the basement, there is a literal mountain of caps.
Wasn't kidding.
Oh my.
Like it is like a good foot higher than your height.
Oh my.
How did he get all this money?
Ooh. He's been killing the mercs, I bet. Just accruing boundless fortune. Does anything else of note stick out to us?
In the entire basement, looking around, aside from the humongous mountain of caps, you do see the stairway leading to presumably where the outside hatch is, and you also look around, and the rest of the basement is pretty barren, except for 5 candles, not lit, but put around in a big circle.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
Is there any, like, etchings between the candles?
No, there's not.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, you would clean up a ritual circle in between rituals, if that is what it is.
See, no one really explains that in the movies. They just kind of say it stays there.
Yeah, it's like, no, you would remove that. Because assuming there were like so many demons or something, leaving it there would be dangerous, because what if like a rat scurried across it and fucked it up? Then you go to summon the demon next time and boop, your circle's not right. That's death. That is death right there.
Alright. So first, the Babadook. And now, devil worshippers.
I really don't like
We need to kill them.
Kill the workers? Or Arnold, or both?
I'm curious to know who the fuck his wife is.
If
His wife is
she
even
exists.
alive. Yep.
Yeah. I'm assuming she probably does, because an operation like this would make more sense with 2 people.
Lucas, just a thought, and this might be a little too risky. but maybe we should look for the wife and Arnold. Take them out first. Because chances are, those workers might be innocent. It could be under some weird mind control, and that's why they shot George. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out here from what I know about supernatural crap, which is very little.
I was about to say. All right. All right. Well, what do you say, Nancy? Do we find Arnold? Do we help George kill those mercs real quick?
Also, who has the Pit Boy right now, by the way?
Did
I
you?
think
I
Nancy.
can't even remember.
No, I gave it back to
I think I
somebody.
have the Pit Boy.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
think-
no, Lucas has the Pit Boy.
Also, you heard what I said, right? Right, Matt?
No.
So Nancy suggested we could either do go look for Arnold and his wife, maybe kill them, because if this is a supernatural kind of thing, maybe the people who shot George are under that kind of control, and if we kill them, maybe they'll snap out of it. If not, we'll kill them too.
Those mercs aren't exactly too much of a threat to us, if I'm to be quite honest.
So
And if this is supernatural shit, I'd rather they didn't have their thralls.
kill Arnold and his wife then?
No, kill the mercs first.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
All right. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna stealth back up the steps.
All right. Nancy, you're going as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy's still torn about this. I don't know if we should kill them. I really don't think we should.
Okay, then let's find Arnold.
Okay, sounds good.
If your strangely bipolar psychopathic tendencies are against killing random mercs who shot our friends. Whatever. When I get to the top of the stairs, I'm going to put my ear to the door and roll perception to see if I can hear anything in the immediate vicinity.
Both of you roll stealth first.
You got it. I rolled a 21.
18.
All right.
Rolling perception.
Yep.
Rolled 18.
20!
Lucas, when you get up to the door, you put your ear to the door. You don't really hear anything from the other side of the door, no walking around or anything. Nancy,
Mhm.
when you get up to the door, you don't hear anything either. Except from further down the stairs, you hear... Lucas, you do not hear that.
I, as a
And
player, know
that
what
was further down the stairs?
Further down from where you were just standing.
Okay. Lucas. And she kind of says this as quietly as she can. There's a knocking downstairs.
How many?
3.
Uh-huh. So the Babadook is here with us.
Maybe.
Whatever. Whatever. And I don't hear anything from behind the door, you said?
Nope, nothing.
Alright. I'm gonna slide on out into the hallway.
All right.
Nancy's
Nancy, are you
following. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lucas, when you go through the door, there's still no one standing there, and you can hear clatter coming from inside where you know George and Vlad to be. Not like fighting or anything, but just the moving of cans. So
Okay.
you're sure that they're still in there.
Okay.
Nancy, when you Nancy, are you closing the door behind you?
Was it closed when we came in?
It was.
Yes.
It was locked.
I'm gonna say close it and lock it.
I've got the lock. I'm gonna put the lock back on the door.
All right, and I'll close it after before you do that. Yeah.
Nancy, as you close the door, you feel a very cold breath on your neck.
She immediately whips her head around to see what it is.
Lucas is standing right behind you.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Did you have to be right behind me like that?
What do you... Oh, for fuck's sake. Nancy, that wasn't me.
She puts some fingers to the sum of her nose. Not now. Not looking right now. This is like the worst time. I'll tell you what. I'll stay here. I'll just slow you down. If this thing is going to come for me, it's going to come for me. But it's not going to compromise what's happening to our friends right now.
Nancy, we all read the book. It's going to come after whoever I feel like. I'm pretty sure it's going to come after whoever it deems most suitable at the time.
Right now, it's picking me. Just go ahead. I'll keep a lookout. Be careful, okay?
I put the lock back on the door and I kind of motion her head back down to the kitchen across the hall from them.
I guess Nancy does so.
Okay.
Right. Lucas is all alone in the devil house right now.
So is Nancy.
Nancy is presumably safer, ironically.
I don't know about that.
So what is Lucas going to be doing?
So past this door, you said there was another door, and then does that lead into the foyer?
So the way the bottom floor is laid out is directly from the entrance. To the left is where there are big kegs. To the right is where the bags of food are. There's stairs leading upstairs. The second set of doors, to the left is the foyer. To the right is a kitchen. The next set of doors is another kitchen, and where George and the mercenaries and Vlad are.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go up the stairs.
All right. Then, let us go back to George and Vlad.
Okay.
So, George. It's Georgie Pooh.
Hey, Georgie.
I'm unmuted. Okay, yeah. George is just leaning back in his fucking chair.
Still just calm as a cucumber?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The other two mercenaries are currently eating, and the one is still full.
George does kind of passively sort of not even really look at anyone, but just kind of say to himself, kind of weird, nobody came running after the gunshot.
The guy that shot you, he doesn't even look up at you as he's eating. Yeah, we trust us.
Guess he wouldn't mind if you killed his guests. George kind of continues leaning back.
All right. I'm going to say, Vlad falls face first into the food.
George looks at Vlad and just kind of sighs. Well, yeah. That's what he gets for eating a can of rotten peaches, I suppose. George kind of pulls his face out of... So he face planted into food?
Well, he face planted into the cans.
Table.
Like just into the table, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. George kind of cuts him, does his best to get anything that's on his face, just back in the chair.
Okay.
Well, that's a thing that happened.
You can currently audibly hear his stomach churning.
I'm gonna take him outside. I'm pretty sure he's about to puke. puts him over his shoulder and starts heading toward the front door.
Okay. As you're coming to the front door, as you're walking towards the front door, the door that was previously locked is currently open. Well, not wide open, but unlocked.
Does George...
No, I put the lock back on it.
No, this is when you went down there.
Oh.
Okay.
George kind of glances at that, nods to himself, and heads outside anyway, because again, he's pretty sure Vlad's about to puke.
All right. When you open the front door and walk outside, there's no one on the porch.
I'm assuming we should not continue this exact point further for Matt's sake. So,
But you're just gonna stay out front for a while.
yeah, if something happens, something happens. Just tell me when George goes. George feels he can go back inside.
All right. Nancy,
Yes.
what are you doing?
So
the
I'm in the
current
kitchen now.
The current layout for right now is George and Vlad are outside, but you don't know that.
I don't know this.
The three mercenaries are still in that room eating, presumably. Lucas is going to be heading upstairs, and you're in the kitchen.
Are there any doorways, or doors or windows in the kitchen?
From where you are, you're in the corner kitchen, I think. And it's just windows to the outside and the one window that you opened.
Okay. And, there's just the door I came in through?
There's the door you came in through and the door connecting the two kitchens.
Okay, so there's two kitchens, okay. What's in this kitchen?
This kitchen has just a lot of cabinets. It has a fridge, a stove, an oven, big sacks of empty cans, and aside from that, there's not much else in there. There's no cutlery or anything out in the open.
Wait, those are specifically empty cans?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, while she's in there, Nancy's gonna, as quietly as possible, start opening some cabinets just to see what's in there.
Okay. As you're opening the cabinets, you do see that there are plates, cups, pots and pans. All look very unused. Some of them are broken, but they're still in there, seemingly unused. Some of the drawers do have some cutlery inside of it, forks, knives, spoons. Aside from that, you don't really find much else.
What's in the fridge? Would that be too noisy to open?
You can try.
What would I be rolling for that?
Probably just agility.
Alright. 12 plus 3 is 15.
Okay.
I can math.
15's not a bad roll.
Not bad. It's not the best. It's not bad. It's like 75%.
As you open the fridge light is still on, so the room is now just bathed in a very tinted glow. Inside the fridge, there's just a few empty glass jars full of I guess it would be a tan liquid. There's just a bunch of jars with tan liquid in there.
Nancy's going to take one of them.
Okay.
Could be alcohol. Maybe.
Crap, I don't have enough room in my inventory. Fuck.
Just put something random in their fridge.
Can I do that, John?
Yeah, why not?
Have a chocolate bar.
Please get rid of the damn chocolate bar.
What, you don't want to keep the chocolate bar?
And I'm replacing it with a jar full of pan liquid. Is that what I'm going to call it for now, John?
I mean, you can open it and smell it.
I'm going to close the fridge first.
Okay.
And she's going to open it ever so slightly, keeping her nose a great distance from the jar.
Okay. You are almost instantly overwhelmed by a very alcoholic smell.
Okay.
I'm going to close that.
It's moonshine.
Yes, it is.
It's really poorly made, dirty moonshine.
Nancy's going to keep it.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, why not?
Alcohol is flammable.
So change that to a jar of moonshine.
Oh, right. Good. I'm guessing that's the kegs.
Yep.
Right.
That's the moonshine brown.
Yes. And keep her eye open for any battle snook for the remainder of her stay in the kitchen.
So you're just permanently staying in the kitchen until told otherwise?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't think I heard who am I the one who canonically has the pit boy right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I guess I did not add that. So I will add that right now that I have the damn pit boy.
I have to say, though, she does have her gun out and ready.
I mean, I feel like that's fair at this point. If you're caught, you're caught.
Just shoot the window, jump through.
Or shoot the person, then jump through the window.
I feel like if you shoot the person, there's no longer a reason to jump through the window. You've made your commitment to violence.
So yeah.
Nancy.
Yes.
From beside you, there are like 3 windows that lead to the outside. It sounds like one of them breaks.
Oh, shit.
Does one of them break?
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at that window. My gun out and ready.
Okay. As you whip around, the 3 windows are perfectly fine. Just the one is still open.
Good.
I'm gonna open the fridge again to see if one of the bottles broke.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair.
Once again, you're bathed in light. Currently, there is no broken bottles in there, just mountains of moonshine and a chocolate bar.
A singular happy in chocolate bar.
As much as I don't expect this to end well, it would be hilarious if we somehow everything ended well. We left here with no casualties, and then tomorrow they just open their fridge. I
And
could go
find
for a
chocolate.
good old fashioned. Why is there chocolate in here? What?
No.
And they'll never know. They will never understand why it was there.
John, is there a sink in this kitchen?
There is, yes.
I'm gonna check the sink to see if anything in there broke.
What do you mean check the sink? Like look
Just
down
look
the drain?
in the
or...
Just look in the sink.
Look in the sink, that's all.
Okay.
She stared into the sink, and the sink stared back.
It very well might.
See, ironic that you said that. As you look into the sink, there appears to be an eyeball in the actual drain itself.
Oh God, why? I actually kind of expected this, Nancy. Do not panic.
Like in the drain?
Yeah, like as you're peering into the sink, it's down the drain in the darkness.
I'm gonna say Nancy just goes,
Okay.
It slowly sinks back down and opens up like the part where you would go for the plumbing.
Okay. It's just a bunch of tubes and wires. No, not wires, but tubes connected to the sink.
Okay. Gonna keep that open.
Okay.
Just gotta wait.
Alright. Lucas,
Yo.
would you like to go upstairs?
I've dedicated myself to death, so here we go.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Okay. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Alright. The stairs do creak as you walk on them, but once again, you're able to minimize how much it creaks as much as you can. And you make your way to the top of the stairs, and it seems like this is... The walls have seemingly been torn down. Some of the supports are still up. It seems like the entire floor is just clear. You can see wall to wall. There is another set of stairs leading up to the third floor, and this room seems to be a very clean and very well kept ballroom.
Okay. Okay.
Looking around the room, you do see there is a gramophone over in one of the sides of the room. There is a big box of records. There is a very tiny but still very working generator over in one of the corners. It is hooked up to all of the lights in this ballroom specifically. There is a small little hole in the ground above where you know the kitchen to be, presumably to power the fridge or any necessities. Other than that, the room is very empty.
On
On the floor, I guess.
Okay. Buff before the raid, boys. John, if I was to drink the ghoul blood, how many rads would I be taking in?
You're going to be drinking what?
I have a vial of ghoul blood.
Do you now?
I do. I'm pretty sure it's specifically blood from a glowing one.
You would get 20 reds.
Cool. Buff before the raid. I'm drinking it.
Alright.
I'm removing a vial of ghoul blood and adding to my empty stash of vials.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm at 74 right now.
You are, yes.
Okay. Because I want to be... I don't know what the fuck the thresholds are. So I'm gonna take a quick swig from my flask and add an additional 5 to that to bring me to 79.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna make my way to the other stairs.
Are you gonna go up those?
I guess. Stealth?
Oh yeah, stealth.
There's not much else I can do. Okay. 21.
All right.
Tiny.
You are able to quietly make your way up the stairs. You do hear very quiet humming coming from up the stairs, and the entirety of the third floor seems almost blacked out. When you reach the top floor, similar to the floor below you, there does not appear to be any walls or anything. The whole floor is just one room.
Can I say I'm actively, like, kind of ducked down and not resting over the stairs?
Yep.
Okay.
The entire room seems to be one gigantic, I wouldn't say grave, but funeral procession.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And you do see Arnold over by a very big coffin. That's what they're called. Coffin. Looks like he's petting something and humming to himself.
Oh, good lord!
Is he
Wait,
looking
Arnold?
in my direction?
Yeah, Arnold. Arnold is sitting by the coffin, petting something and humming.
Oh, yay.
Okay, is it just, like, completely open, or are there, like, church pews lining this shit?
The room itself, all of the windows are boarded up, and there are curtains drawn. The curtains are black. It does look like the inside of a church. There is a big red carpet leading from the stairs over to where the coffin is. It looks like there is a very makeshift altar where the coffin is. There is a stand for where a priest would be. There are pews made, very shoddily made, but made. And there are candles everywhere.
Right. Does it look like Arnold is looking in my direction, or is he looking towards the end of the room?
No, he is. The coffin is on the very far side, past the altar, like raised up on the altar itself. And he is looking down into the coffin, petting something. He has no idea you're there.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to, Oh. I'm gonna check my, I'm gonna kill my radio and turn the volume on the Pip-Boy all the way down. On the off chance that some spoopy shit is gonna try and ping it all of a sudden.
I like that you assume that if the supernatural wanted to fuck with you, it would care what volume your Pip-Boy was at.
I want to shoot him. I want to shoot him. I'm going to, in this instance, I'm going to ask, should I shoot him, guys?
Player to player? And as Nancy, I would totally shoot him, but as a player, I have a feeling you can't.
I mean, we don't know. We honestly do not know.
I just think supernatural shit, he's probably not shootable.
As a player, I would say we need proof of what is going on. Now, you have not necessarily found something that you can bring as proof. Nancy has found an eyeball in the kitchen sink, which isn't the best evidence, but it's definitely evidence.
Well, on the other hand, this is some random dude in a relatively abandoned mansion out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere that's been having people just go out and bring cans of food back. You know?
I mean, if you want to come get us and bring us up there, that is an option. But shooting him, I mean,
You would
I guess
get an advantage, I guess. If
actually killing him now, because you don't know exactly what's going on in this room yet. Like, it's creepy, yes, but you don't know if there's like proof of cannibalism in here. It's a weird religious altar.
Or if something's going to pop out of that coffin anytime soon.
So it's like, that's my take on it. It's like, right now, George wants to prove to these mercenaries that something's fucky. This could be proof that something is fucky, but we don't completely know yet. And if you kill Arnold now, and it isn't proof that something is fucky, then we have more combat to do. Because we will have killed their employer.
Oh, hold on. A little more of the chaotic side of that instead of the lawful side. We know where his fortune is. We could just be like, hey, you guys want a fuck-ass load of caps? Walk away from this.
It's up to you what you do. You're alone in this room with... Well, you think you're alone in this room with Arnold.
If I were you, I would wait a little bit to see if he says anything. And that's just me. You do what you want to do. I will respect whatever you do. I won't give you shit for it.
Alright. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
I'm going to charge in my left hand a Reaver Ball for my offhand attack. And I'm going to line up a shot with my pistol in my right hand for the sneak attack.
Okay.
So let me find my dice. Where'd my dice ball go? I don't know where it is. There you are, baby girl. Alright, so... Okay. It's a sneak attack, right? So, advantage?
It is a sneak attack, yes.
Okay. Rolling. It's a natural 20.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'm gonna
Was this for a sneak attack?
Yes, so this is a 6 dice of damage just with the pistol. That was me dropping the die, that was not a roll. Okay. And then I'm gonna roll preemptively for the Reaver Ball to hit. That one probably will not be with the sneak attack advantage, correct?
No.
Okay, and will this be another agility roll?
Yes.
Okay. The Reaver Ball, just so that we know, just so that I can get gauge, rolled a 17 to hit.
Okay.
Okay. Would that have hit?
Both of those have hit, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to roll all my damage dice. I'm going to add them up while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get the calculator open. Okay. Here's the first dice for the pistol.
Okay. Let me just put it this way and save you some time. If you rolled higher than a 20, he's gone.
Oh, he's dead. I'm only 4 dice in, and I've rolled 55 damage.
Yeah, alright, so you just shot this old man in the back of the head with a silenced pistol.
Well,
so as
we are committed to this.
His body slumps down onto the coffin and slides off onto the ground with a very loud thud.
Ooh.
Okay. Can I say I did not throw the Reaver Ball yet?
That's fine.
Okay, I didn't. So the explosion does not go off. I pull the Reaver Ball back in and dispel it.
Oh my god.
I'll add the rad for the activation of it.
Okay.
And I will approach the body.
Okay.
With my gun, like trained on him.
Godspeed.
As you walk over to the body, from behind you, you hear a shotgun cock.
Oh.
I turn.
Okay. As you turn around, there's nothing there.
I look immediately back to the body.
Yeah, he's still very much dead.
Oh no. I'm gonna turn immediately around while charging a Reaver Ball to hit the ground wherever I heard that shotgun cock.
Okay.
Oh boy.
We've dealt with invisible things before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you're just throwing a Reaver Ball at the ground where you heard the shotgun cock?
Yep.
All right. Nancy, George, mercenaries. You hear a
Mercenaries.
very loud explosion come from the third floor, or well, upstairs. Lucas, the Reaver Ball goes to where the sound was, explodes, and the room is covered with a thick, the area is covered with a thick mist of radiation.
Alright.
Anything else?
I'm going to turn back around and I'm going to look inside the coffin before people start running.
I'm going to work soon.
And while I'm doing that, I'm going
Let's go.
reload those 2 rounds into my pistol.
So you're going to look into the coffin?
I'm going to look inside the coffin.
Okay. As you walk over to the coffin, his body is still lying there, lifeless. You do see that he did have tears rolling down his face. You walk over to the coffin and you see a woman about his age, slightly portly. She seems to be just riddled with bullets. And she is very much dead. It appears as though the body is very clean. The bullet holes, however, are still there. He has changed her out of whatever she was wearing, and she is presumably in her best. And he put his hands on her chest, like crossed, and she looks peaceful, as it were. Still riddled with bullet holes, still dead.
I'm going to back away from the coffin, still watching it. And I'm going to train my sights on that stairwell.
Okay. George and Nancy. You just heard a loud explosion upstairs.
I'm going to say at the sound of the explosion, George kind of freaks out. Oh, wait, no, George isn't in the dining room anymore. He's outside,
He's out
isn't
front.
He's outside.
Tending to Vlad.
I'm gonna say Nancy runs out into the hall and looks in the direction of the explosion, not really caring about the mercenaries at this point.
Okay. As soon as you open the door to run out into the hall, the mercenaries open the door to run out into the hall, and you lock eyes with all 3 of them.
I'm going to say, At this moment, George also comes into the hall. What the fuck just happened?
That's what I came to find out. Hello, gentlemen.
I heard an explosion.
Two of them point their guns at Nancy, and the one that shot you points his gun at you.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Gentlemen, there was an explosion upstairs. Can we please not kill each other right now?
How do we know that you're not the ones that made the explosion?
Because we're down here and it was on the 3rd floor.
I think I would have left by now.
Yeah, well, I think I was told you had left already. So, presumably, your friend is up there doing whatever.
Listen, asshole, me and my friends came back here to save your sorry asses because we thought you were here with cannibals. So instead of being an ungrateful bitch, why don't
George
you
kind of looks at Nancy. Yeah.
The mercenary looks at Nancy and looks at George, and then makes a very big show of flailing his arms. Oh, good! So you're both idiots who think we needed saving from a very kind old couple that has helped us do nothing but be good to us.
According to that explosion, maybe you were right. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going upstairs and seeing what the fuck that was. And she starts to go up.
They're
George
following
is-
right after her.
George is going as well.
Okay. You both pass by the ballroom floor, and as you walk up the stairs to the 3rd floor, you do still see residual radiation flowing down the stairs, and Lucas is pointing his gun at the stairs.
Nancy freezes.
Okay.
George locks eyes with Lucas.
Humans, back away.
Nancy backs away.
George, approach.
George walks up those stairs.
Okay.
I heard a gun cock immediately behind me.
George looks around. Does he see any evidence of a threat?
If you consider the very portly man currently bleeding out from the brain on the floor a threat, then yes. Otherwise, nada.
George is going to walk over to Arnold's body.
Okay.
Does
He's
Nancy see the body?
specifically. No, she's not up there. No one else went up those stairs. George walks over to Arnold's body. Are there any weapons on it?
On his body, there's nothing except a key.
George is going to calmly pocket that key. He's going to stand up. He's going to walk back to the stairs. He's just going to kind of stand there for a moment. Oh my god.
The mercenaries call up the stairs. What the fuck happened?
Something cocked a gun behind my head. I reacted.
George is going to take Lucas by the arm. He's going to pull him into the large room. He's going to look at him dead in the eyes. Why did you shoot Arnold? I need to know right now.
I don't know.
There's no emotion on George's face. He just kind of nods. He walks back into the staircase. He kind of...
Nancy. Oh, sorry. I was going to say Nancy's looking at George.
George is going to calmly walk back down the stairs. And he's just going to keep walking.
Okay.
George? Nancy sort of follows him, but also looks back to see if Lucas is following, trying to piece everything together. George? What?
You look at George's face, and he looks scared. He looks scared and uncomfortable.
Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
forgot to point this out. 3 XP. Are you following George and Nancy?
I'm heading back down. My face is not blank, but you can see my eyes are not okay right now.
Okay.
And as I walk past the mercenaries, there's something in this house. You need to know that.
They
I
all
found an eyeball in the sink.
sprint upstairs, like into the radiation and everything.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna say George keeps walking. George is actively walking down the stairs.
Guys, what happened?
I panicked.
What? Is he...
Are the three of you leaving the house?
George is leaving the house. George is going to reclaim Vlad, and he's leaving.
Okay.
I'm following behind them.
Nancy isn't sure what to do, but eventually follows behind. Still kind of questioning them as she goes.
As you are walking out the front door, you hear from the third floor, "I'll kill you, you motherfuckers!"
Oh, God. Are we running, guys?
George stops in the front door, and very calmly, is Lucas near him?
I am.
Very calmly says, "You or them?"
I still need to help Nancy find her sister.
George pulls out the double mag, turns around, and starts walking back toward that staircase.
We're not just gonna... Can we talk this out?
No. George actually looks at Nancy. Now, we committed a murder. George walks toward the staircase.
All right. Is anyone pointing their guns at the staircase?
I'm gonna say before all this starts, Nancy kind of stops George gently. I found an eyeball in the sink. I don't know if that matters at this point, but...
I don't think they care.
Okay. She takes out her laser pistol and her machete.
All right.
The moment George sees them, he's gonna fire. George has rolled a 19.
You see me unscrew my silencer.
Okay.
George rolled a flat 19.
And I take aim up the stairs.
All three of them have run down the stairs at the exact same time.
All right.
I rolled a 19 total.
All right.
I rolled an 11.
A 19 is a crit, isn't it?
Natural 19 is a crit.
All
All
right.
of your shots have hit.
$32 damage total.
39 damage from Lucas.
19 plus something.
I think yours is +2.
Yeah, so 21.
All right. As soon as they start running down the stairs, all three of you just gun them down. At this point, you don't know who shot who. All you know is all three of you shot. All three of them went down and just slumped down on the staircase. You all get 10 XP.
Some dirty ass XP.
George very calmly turns to Nancy. What else did you find?
There's a lot of money in the basement, along with a
Several
Pentagram
million caps.
Yeah.
Well then, we'd best take our goods. George
I
heads down.
George, I don't know about that. It could be haunted?
George looks at her. Your souls are already tainted. It doesn't matter. And he keeps walking.
I look to Nancy as I follow behind George.
We killed 4 people. It would be wrong for us not to have any reason to do so. More wrong than it already is.
Okay.
And I head down, and I pick up, and when I get down there, I pick up a single cap.
Okay.
George is going to take as much as he can carry.
George,
Realistically, anyway.
you pick up 5,000 caps.
Alright.
Nancy turns to George. I don't know how much I should take. I don't know if I want to take any of this. God bless you, Bella.
That is entirely up to you.
John, would it be cool if Nancy took 3,000?
Yeah.
Alright. Guess I'm haunted already.
All right. And you're just going to leave the house then? All 3 of you?
Yep, George is going to pick up Plaid, who I assume he left on the porch.
All right.
I'm gonna say before Nancy left, she tried to, with her boot, etch out the pentagram shit on the ground.
No, there's no
The mark
pentagram
wasn't.
there.
The mark isn't there.
The mark isn't there?
It was
It's
just a
the
ring.
candles.
Just what?
It's just
It's
candles.
the candles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna say she put them out.
They're
They were not lit.
Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were.
It
never
was
lit.
just a suspicious arrangement. There was
Gotcha.
nothing. George picks up Vlad and starts heading down the hill.
All right. As you're leaving, you hear from the open doorway of the house. He was innocent.
George responds very quietly. I figured as much. And keeps walking.
As you are walking away, there's nothing but cackling coming from inside that house. And that's where we'll end it.
Welp.
Good job, guys. Gained a lot of good XP today.
I don't believe he was innocent completely. Or if he was,
Usually.
something else was in the house.
You 3. Keep going.
And I walk back in just to go to that kitchen and look in the sink.
For posterity's sake, when you look down the drain, there is no eyeball.
Oh god, are you kidding me? Fucking...
You're a jerky old bastard, Mount Baduke.
Clever.
You
And I head back out.
You don't hear anything, but inside of you, you just feel around the air just a sense of pride.
Like, not my own pride, but just in general, the air.
The air around you is prideful as you leave.
Well then.
Lucas, do you tell Nancy what you just did?
As I come back out, as I come back out and catch up to all of you at the caravan,
The Babadook is fucking with us more than we thought he would. Nancy. There was no eye in the sink.
Nancy's eyes go very wide. We gotta get this book to somebody.
It's not
Somebody
gonna
who
matter.
deserves it.
It's not gonna matter. He's latched onto us.
Who's got the book right now?
I don't actually know.
I think George does.
Probably.
Let me see. Is that George's sheet?
I might not have put it in my inventory again.
Technically
But-
speaking, none of you do. You threw
Oh.
it away.
Yeah,
Didn't
but it
hit
came
one
back
of
and
us in
hit
the
George.
face.
It hit
Yeah, but none of us-
George in the face.
Yeah, none of us put it in our inventories though.
Oh,
So it's
Vlad
probably
has
just
it.
on the cart.
Brad has the book. Got it. I knew one of us had it. I saw it earlier.
Nancy's gonna check blood. You find anybody?
He is super sick.
Oh yeah, Vlad is.
Oh, yeah, he's out.
He is fucked up.
I'm gonna say George is just walking.
I'm gonna see. Nancy takes the book from Vlad's inventory.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, I did have a space in my inventory. I could have kept the chocolate bar. The Babadook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you taking it?
Please spell Babadook.
B-A.
Spell it however you want to spell it.
Okay.
Google says it's B-A-B-A Duke, as in D-O-K.
You know, that's almost
Yeah.
exactly like what I just
It is-
fucking said.
I honestly didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Are we arguing on what the fuck the actual spelling of the Babadook is?
Google says it's B-A-B-A-D-O-O-K.
But I will say, we are done for the night.
Alrighty.
There is something I want to make painfully clear, and George will not say this unless he is pressed.
Mhm.
But I'm just gonna say this, player to player, he would have absolutely shot Lucas if Lucas said him.
What?
Lucas asked him, you or them? If Lucas had
I mean, honestly, Lucas would have pulled a George. And he would just walked up to them and just opened his arms.
George is in a state right now